Hasain was digging a pit at the foot of the mountain, planning to bury the giant golden axe there. Although he escaped the manhunt of Son of Heaven by shape-shifting into the Bloodslayer, there was a limit to how long he could shapeshift. As one of the most powerful beast soul types, shape-shifting beast souls could directly impart significant changes to a human body, which could be unbearable for those with weak genes. The stronger the creature one wanted to shapeshift into, the more geno points and bodies were needed. In general, for primitive beast souls, the number of minutes the body could withstand the shape-shifting was equal to the number of primitive geno points gained. In addition, one mutant geno point could support 10 minutes of shape-shifting with primitive beast souls. And in turn, 10 primitive geno points could support 1 minute of shape-shifting with mutant beast souls. Now Hasain had 8 sacred geno points, which could last him only 8 minutes for shape-shifting as a Bloodslayer. Even counting the ordinary, primitive and mutant genes he had gained altogether, he could shapeshift for less than 10 minutes. It was enough for escaping. But if he were to fight a gang of people, he could only kill 1 or 2 before his time was up. No one could see a sacred blood beast soul if it wasn't summoned. Yet the golden axe could not be turned invisible. The person he mainly had offended was Son of Heaven. Yet the campaign was a joint one. And the axe should have been the mutual gain of all 3 gangs. Hence, Hasain had pissed off all of them and could only bury the axe in that spot for the time being. If I could sell the giant golden axe, it should easily bring at least 2 million. Hasain was still excited after burying the axe. A sacred blood gear was not as valuable as a sacred blood beast soul, but still considered almost priceless. If he could sell it, 2 million would be a small amount. As for the sacred blood beast soul, Hasain had not even thought of selling. This was the bedrock of his survival and success in God's sanctuary. And it would be like killing the goose that lays the golden egg if he were to sell it. Returning to Steel Armor Shelter, he saw Luo Tianyang guarding the gate with others. Everyone who tried to enter the shelter was interrogated. Can you even see what beast souls I have? Hasain had no fear as he had already buried the golden axe. A young man at the gate stopped him and wanted to do a body search on him. While Luo Tianyang said, "Why waste any time on that scumbag? How is it even possible that he would be $F***K off?" The young man pushed Hasain away and turned to search other people. Hasain looked at Luo Tianyang with a sneer and went into the shelter. Everyone in the street was talking about what had happened at Sunset Slope. Listening to people calling him doll, Hasain thought, "Damn Su Shaoqiao, who told you to call me doll?" He was happy to know that Son of Heaven was furious and strode back to his room. In another room, Su Shaoqiao stood in front of Qin Shan, almost in tears. "Shan, you need to believe me. I've told you everything I know. I really did not know Dollar, but only saw him once in Zephyr Valley and bought some swift mantises from him, which I gave to my bros as gifts. Just ask around if you don't believe me. They even helped carry the mantises back from the valley. I am not blaming you. I just want you to contact Dollar. Tell him I am willing to buy his sacred blood beast soul and gear. And ask him how much he wants," Qin Shan said quietly. "But I really do not know where he is," Su Shaoqiao said sadly. "Then go find him. Don't let anyone know about this and go look for him secretly. If you manage the task, I'll reward you." Qin Shan showed Su Shaoqiao out after she gave the order, not waiting for his reply. After he left, Qin Shan frowned to herself. Who could Dollar be? Is he someone in Fist Guy's gang? Or was the whole thing orchestrated by Son of Heaven? If he really is on his own, can I get him on my side? If I can't, it would also be nice to purchase the sacred blood beast soul in gear. Almost at the same time, Fist Guy sent his men to look for Dollar in secret, trying to buy the sacred blood beast soul in gear from him. Although it was a joint action, the only one who suffered a loss was Son of Heaven. If it had not been for his sacred blood wasp arrow, the bloody slayer would have run away and there would have been nothing for Keen Shan and Fist Guy. Now they could share some flesh of the bloody slayer. So it had gone well for them. However, Son of Heaven lost a mutant beast soul mount and a sacred blood wasp arrow. While being robbed of the sacred blood beast soul in gear, anyone in his place would have been exasperated. The entire steel armor shelter was looking for Dollar, yet no one connected him to Freak. Son of Heaven also put a price on his head, and even offered to pay a reward for any substantive information. The price was so good that even Hussein wanted to offer himself for the reward. Primitive green-scaled beast flesh eaten. 1 primitive geno point gained. Hussein squatted in the bushes, watching a deep pond near him while chewing meat jerky made from the green-scaled beast. Up until this point, he had gained 91 ordinary geno points, 26 primitive geno points, 0 mutant geno points and 8 sacred geno points. The copper-toothed beast was still slowly evolving, so Hussein could only go out to hunt some primitive creatures, hoping to gain more primitive geno points. Because the black beetle armor would draw too much attention, he could only go deep into the mountains where nobody goes, fearing that Son of Heaven would know where he was. Fortunately, God's sanctuary was so vast that there were many places where humans had never set foot. So it was rather easy for Hussein to disappear. While staring at the deep pond, Hussein suddenly heard a distant voice of a man and immediately tensed up.